What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. This time it's Batman Deluxe version from Hot Toys, and you can order this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link down below. They only offer $4 shipping and they double box your figures. So, and they do a pile of loot, so if you have more than one item, you can combine them and they'll ship it all at once. You only pay, you know, one shipping, which is $4, which is pretty awesome. And as you can see, the box here, this is the actual figure. It is quite heavy, as I might say. I don't know about the non-deluxe version, but this base is well, this base is worth $30, so it should be hefty, because it is pricey. As you can see here, the figure, so it's inside a clamshell, which is a little bit harder to remove because of the I won't say because of the base. It's the bottom part is a bit heavy, so once you take it out, but as you can see here, everything's packed in nicely. That's the figure itself, and then his cape is all the way in the back with the plastic. That's the head sculpt, and this is the cradle for the stand, the crotch grabber as we call them. And as far as accessories, you've seen any, you know, starting from Batman versus Superman, it is loaded with accessories for a really good price, if I might add. If you didn't take the deluxe version, you're pretty much getting, you know, the mouth, the eyepiece, but surprisingly, you know, he comes with, not surprisingly, but it comes with all these accessories, and the price is pretty much on par with, you know, normal Hot Toys figure. But I love the fact that you can change the mouth plates and the eyes, because it just gives so many looks for this figure. And it also comes with this this gun from I forgot what you call those enemies, but yeah, there's some quirks about this gun that I don't like. But as far as paint application, the sculpting of the gun, it looks great. But like I said earlier, when I was trying to post this figure and, you know, giving him, there's so many limitations with this gun. The stock is a little bit short, so it doesn't really clip on to his armpits. So if you want to do, and then it's short enough, or the body itself is, you can't hold it with a second hand. So that's why if you're going to see on the promotional pictures, he's always only using one hand. But yeah, I mean, as you can see here, there's a lot of nice details on the gun. It's quite heavy as well, which doesn't work well because he's holding it with one hand. He can't use his offhand, which is the right hand, the left hand, to prop it, and it's just problematic. This one I didn't saw coming because this is kind of like a magnetic, I guess, GPS locator in his arsenal. So as you can see here, there is the location. In the beginning of the movie, he used it to get this parademon. And this is the parademon base that only comes in the deluxe version, which is quite heavy and quite big. So if you order the deluxe version, the unfortunate part is you're not gonna get the hanger base that is, you know, included in the other Justice League. But as you can see here, it's nicely detailed, I would say, outside of the face, and it's also in 1/6, so it's really big and heavy. So now if you're using a DTOF, let me tell you right now, you got to do some modifications, you know, raise the shelves or anything, because it's not gonna fit, especially if you put Batman. I currently have him set up as just, you know, having the Batfleck head sculpt, not the actual Batman, you know, because with ears and everything, and it still doesn't fit if you don't do modifications during your DTOF. So just be careful. You know, if you had the normal base, it actually does fit, because I do have the tactical Batman and with that hanger base, and it still fits. But you know, but I personally love the base though, but unfortunately I won't be able to utilize it. And this is the figure itself. The base is a bit, I mean, the belt is a bit loose on mine. So as you can see, it's not really centered. It moves around a little bit more than my liking. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but as far, you know, if you had a Batman versus Superman, that's a great looking figure. It's a beast of a figure. And I guess followed up by Suicide Squad Batman. That is pretty awesome as well. This one is, you won't be disappointed. I've heard reports before buying this figure, and it's not like it's gonna, you know, change my mind, that the legs are a bit skinny. Yes, it is a bit skinny on my estimation. Not that bad though, to a point where I have to modify them. I mean, if you want to modify them, it's up to you. You know, you want to pad it up a little bit, but it's not that bad in my opinion. So I am gonna keep it as it is. As you can see, there's a lot of nice details in this figure. Pretty much the same, but there's improvements like the bat butt. Yeah, if you've seen the Batman versus Superman, he has just weird butt. But not on this figure. I think it's okay. You know, it doesn't look ridiculous. But everything else is, the articulation is surprisingly good for this Batman figure. Full of accessories, so you can't really go wrong with this figure. I mean, regardless of what you think about the movie, whether you liked it or not, I personally enjoyed it. Could it be a little bit better? Yes, of course. But I enjoyed it. The characters that they made, transition to Hot Toys. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Aquaman, but Flash was great in my opinion. Can't wait to get Superman from the Justice League. And this would add nicely. And even the tactical Batman is such a... I didn't have that on my radar because I thought I was just gonna get this figure and call it a day. But it's such a great figure that I just had to get him. You know, I just had to. And if you are planning to get tactical Batman, anyway, hit up... I'll put it on the link because it's currently on sale at Big Bad. I believe it's $20 off. So, you know, put it on your pile of loot because it's sold out on Sideshow. So if you are, you know, if you get this and you really love it, look at that figure right there. I mean, that is Batfleck all the way. As I was saying, if you are purchasing this figure and then all of a sudden you have an itch for the tactical, I would jump on that. You know, it's a pretty good deal. And this is the other face sculpt. It's a bit teedy for my own liking. Not a big fan of this look right here. I like the first one better because this one looks like I'm not even sure if he's mad, or I guess he's mad. But one technique I just want to show you: you push the other end because this is magnetized, and you just gotta be careful because you don't really want to scratch the paint application. You know, I know if you have fingernails or whatever, but at least you work with the corners. You pinch one corner, the other corner pops out. It's magnetized, so you know it's. But just be careful. Just be careful when you're taking it in and out, because the last thing you want to do, like I said, is scratch up this really expensive and gorgeous looking figure that we have. And this is a brand new, I guess, accessory, because we've seen 2 or 3 versions of this Batman. Honestly, if this head sculpt was included in the tactical version, I wouldn't have bought this Batman, because in my opinion, the Batman that we had, which on BBTS, was already pretty good. It was perfect outside of the head sculpt. Now this is what sold me. Look at that head sculpt. I mean, it's not 100% Affleck, but it's pretty good. It is pretty darn good. You know, in hand, the texture is nice. You know, you see the stubble and, you know, the gray hairs and all that stuff. It just, I mean, you can never mistake it for anyone else, but there's something about, I don't know if it's the eyes or the nose, that doesn't quite make it 100% Affleck to me. And I don't know if we're gonna get more Batfleck in the future. I hope we do. I thoroughly enjoyed his portrayal of Batman, albeit it's not perfect, but you know, it's a different take. But as far as the head sculpt, if we're just talking about a toy, you know, it's nice. It's nice. I'll give it actually an 8.5 out of 10. I think it resembles him pretty well. The texturing is nice. There's something about it though that I can't pinpoint it. You know, if you know what it is, let me know in the comments down below, or if you think it's perfect. You know, I don't think it is. I don't think it's quite perfect. But by no means it's bad, you know. Just look at that texture right there. He got his mole and the stubble and all that stuff. So I just want to show you the cape when it's from afar. It sits really well. They gave you this kind of like an Iron Man prop to make the cape go high, and it's magnetized. The tip of the cape is magnetized, so you just, when you are applying this, it just sticks to itself, which is a great idea about Hot Toys. And you know, I'm gonna put him in a few poses before we wrap this thing up. Gorgeous figure, man. I couldn't. Now when I got this, there was only one piece missing from my Justice League. Obviously, you know, we want Cyborg just to complete the set, but I mean, am I gonna really use Cyborg in my photography? Probably not. It's more of a filler. Now, if they don't release it, they don't release it. It is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna cry over, you know, because they didn't release a $200 toy or $250 toy that I probably would buy just because. I don't even like Cyborg, but just to complete the set. I'm happy with, you know, everything that I have right now, and you know, this figure is a must-have in my opinion. there's something about this figure. It looks beastly. It's huge. There's so many options. There's 2 head sculpt. The other head sculpt, you can make it 3 head sculpt because of the different expressions that you could have. Not a big fan of the eye, because they always say they're gonna give us the eye that looks down or up, yet we always get the left and right eye, which just has no, you know, you can use it in this pose, but you know, the eyes is so small and so far apart you can't even see where he's looking at. But you know, it's a gorgeous figure. You see all these accessories that you're gonna get. It's tons of accessories. You even have this this parademon gun, and the extra head sculpt just seals the deal for me. And the base is amazing, you know. Am I gonna use the base? Maybe for props, you know, for pictures and, you know, photography and all that stuff. I'm sure I can make the use out of it. Would I suggest this rather than the normal version? Not necessarily. You know, if you don't have the space for the base, if you're not gonna utilize it, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I personally love it, but you know, you can save 30 bucks, really. But you know, if you, in retrospect, in the 1/6 collection world, 30 bucks is nothing. That is a fake head sculpt from eBay. You know, people buy hundreds of dollars for socks or glasses by Neo and all that stuff. But it's up to you. But once again, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully this video helps you out. If it did, you know, give it a thumbs up or like this video, share it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, because 90% of my viewers is not even subscribed yet. So please, I'm trying to hit that 10,000 mark. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.